All right, let me get out to Zach for one more question from our Swiftwick Sox Little League Team of the Week, the Nolensville Panthers. Zach, fire away.
Yep, last we've got Carson. Carson, what position do you play?
Center and defensive end.
What's your question for Damien?
Good combo.
What was the first thought that you got drafted for Tennessee Titans?
What was your first thought when you got picked by the Tennessee Titans? Did you burst into tears? Were you emotional, or were you,
No.
about time I got picked? I mean, there's a lot of different things that can go through your mind.
What took you so long?
That was part of it. You know what? I never talked to Tennessee throughout the process of, like the combine, pro day, all of that stuff. I talked to probably like 20-something teams.
Where did you think you were going?
I was going to Carolina.
That's where you thought you were going?
I was guaranteed going to Carolina.
Really?
Yes. I knew I was going to Carolina.
And you're getting this from your agent? Your agent's telling you this?
That Carolina had told me that. As a matter of fact, they had basically called and told me that they were taking me with the next pick. Unfortunately, the Titans had the pick before them for them.
So the Panthers called you and said, "Hey, we're getting ready to select you."
Pick. Yes.
The Titans were on the clock and they took you.
Were the next pick.
Wow.
I think it was the Giants, and then when the Giants were picking, Carolina called and they were like, we're going to take you with the next pick. And then the Titans had the next pick, and then Carolina. And the Titans drafted me, and then Carolina drafted Brandon LaFell.
Wow.
All right, great stuff from our Nolensville Panthers. I want to thank our friends at New Balance and Cool Springs, and also Sports Seasons for kicking in some prizes for these guys. All right, Damien, a couple of interesting, fun questions as we bid farewell until after the bye week. You got to drive to Arkansas tonight, is right? You're on a road trip. All right. What do you do in the car? Is it music? And if so, what music? Do you listen to like books on tape? How do you pass the time on the drive?
Music. I usually listen to music.
All right. So what's the
or I could call my brother. That's a guaranteed 2-hour conversation. So I could definitely do that.
So that could kill some time there.
Yeah, I could.
All right.
Kill
So
some time
you have a prepared mix there? You get the iPod shuffle going. What are some tunes you can hear?
I usually hit Pandora. Probably Pandora for the most part.
All right. So what group would be the key group then?
The first, I'm getting Music Soul Child is going to be my first Pandora station. And then once I start to get tired, I go to the gospel music to get me through.
Okay, so that gives you a little surge of
Yeah,
okay, good.
You can't just go to sleep on gospel music. Like, that's disrespectful. So I feel like that usually gets me through.
Okay, good.
I don't know if you do this, and if you're traveling and you have an iPod, Willie, weigh in on this, because I don't think we've ever discussed this one. But you got me thinking. Everybody has their kind of go-to songs. And if you haven't heard the go-to song in a while, if you're driving and you've searched it or you've got it on a random selection and it comes on, do you hit repeat?
Repeat, no question.
I'm a big repeat. So what's one or a couple of songs that jump out that when it comes on, you're going to repeat?
Better Man by Music Soul Child is definitely a song that I'm going to repeat probably 3 or 4 times.
Right, I'm with you. I'm a multiple.
I'm definitely going to repeat
3,
that one a couple
maybe
times.
even 4 sometimes.
Right, and then there's a song by Lil Wayne that's called Get Over, and it's actually about one of his friends that passed. Well, it's about his father who passed away, and I usually that's a song that's hit me. I've had a couple friends in the last year pass, so that's another one that hits me.
All right.
I usually listen to.
Now, we were giving you some flag. We were talking to some USC. Deflating a football, taking the air out of a football. You were not aware of this, but there was a manager from your school. Okay, let's just say, hypothetically.
Hypothetically, okay.
A deflated ball. Is that good for a receiver? Would you prefer that as opposed to one that was pumped up? Or have you never even heard of that? Like, why would you even do that?
I honestly, I've never heard of that. I guess if it's cold, if the ball's not as hard, maybe it might be easier to catch. I wouldn't know. There was never any deflated balls when I was in school. Maybe that would have helped us a little bit.
All right. Is USC going to win the Pac-12 here? They got to win on Saturday. It's there for them, then we get another crack at Oregon. Do you think they can do it?
Yes, I do.
And they got Notre Dame on the docket here too.
Yeah, but fortunately that game doesn't affect
Pac-12 play. But they can
I
still
don't think they're going
surge
to lose to Notre Dame for real. I really don't think they're going to lose to Notre Dame. I'm one of the biggest Notre Dame haters ever, maybe, and I still don't know how they're undefeated, but they're doing a great job. So I guess I got to.
All right, we got less than a minute. One more question,
Okay.
Darren.
Fries. Your favorite cut of fries? Steak,
Curly.
curly.
Gotta have the Arby's
Waffle.
curly fries. Correction. Waffle. Then
Wow.
Those guys last week took
So,
waffle.
Lavelle
Waffle
and
and
Jason
In fact,
McCoy
they say
both-
Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A
waffle.
waffle and then Arby's curly fries. You can't go wrong.
Wow, okay.
Can't.
Those are good choices.
Good. You can't go wrong with that. No question.
But you
I'm glad
can't be
you threw the
talked
waffle out
into shoestring.
No, not at all.
Steak.
No, I'm not budging.
Okay. Crinkle.
Nope, not budging.
All right.
All right, Damian. Have a great trip. Enjoy your week off. We'll
Thank
see you back here shortly for the big game coming up in Jacksonville to get it started. And thanks for coming out tonight.
I appreciate y'all having me.
All right, Monday Night Football is coming up next. I want to thank our Swiftwick Sox Team of the Week, the Nolensville Panthers, for coming out. No show next Monday. Then we'll be back when the Titans next play their game. Jason McCourty will be out here. 4 more shows before the season is up. So make sure you make plans to join us here at Wild Wing Cafe in Cool Springs. Monday Night Football next here on The Game.